After stealing his cellmate's identity to win over his girlfriend, an ex-con finds himself unwillingly pulled into a dangerous casino heist orchestrated by a ruthless gang. The male lead, Rudy, is a car thief. After being imprisoned, he became close friends with his cellmate, Nick. Nick was imprisoned for killing his unfaithful girlfriend. In prison, Nick often corresponded with a pen pal named Ashley, though they had never met. Nick could only look at the photos Ashley sent and express his admiration. When he was happy, Nick would even share Ashley's letters with Rudy. Over time, Rudy also became very familiar with Ashley and developed feelings for her. Finally, both Rudy and Nick were about to be released. But unfortunately, tragedy struck. One day, during a riot in the prison cafeteria over poor food, one of Rudy's enemies took the opportunity to attack him. Nick stepped in to take the blow for Rudy and died as a result. Rudy was released from prison with a heavy heart. Outside the prison, he immediately recognized Ashley, who had come to pick up Nick. Upon seeing Ashley, Rudy was instantly smitten. To get closer to her, Rudy lied and claimed to be Nick. Ashley, who never expected the Nick she had been corresponding with to be so handsome, was also thrilled. The two quickly entered a relationship. That night, Ashley took Rudy to her home. But as soon as they entered, Rudy was beaten up by 3 men and Ashley was restrained. Confused, Rudy later learned that the leader of the group was Ashley's brother, Gabriel. Rudy thought Ashley had set him up from the beginning. Of course, Gabriel's kidnapping of Rudy had nothing to do with Ashley. Gabriel had been making money illegally by selling guns. This kind of work was not only dangerous, but also exhausting. By chance, Gabriel saw the letters Nick had written to Ashley, in which Nick claimed to have worked in a casino and knew the layout and security inside out. This gave Gabriel an idea. He would capture Nick, learn about the casino, rob it, make a fortune, and then retire. That's why he ambushed and kidnapped Rudy. When Rudy learned of Gabriel's plan, he was horrified. He had only pretended to be Nick to win Ashley's heart and had no knowledge of the casino's layout. To save his life, Rudy confessed that he wasn't Nick, but Gabriel thought he was refusing to cooperate and beat him again. Rudy refused to give in, and finally, Gabriel lost patience and ordered his men to take Rudy out and shoot him. Realizing Gabriel was serious, Rudy admitted he was Nick after all. Soon, Gabriel gave Rudy a map of the casino's exterior and demanded he draw the interior layout. Rudy, of course, didn't know the casino's interior, so he lied and said the layout might have changed, and he needed to revisit the casino to draw an accurate map. Gabriel thought this made sense, as it was a life-or-death situation, so he agreed. That night, Gabriel locked Rudy in a hotel room alone. Ashley, feeling guilty, came to explain to Rudy, claiming she knew nothing about her brother's robbery plan. Though Ashley cried bitterly, Rudy didn't believe her and kicked her out of the room. The next day, Gabriel took Rudy, dressed as a cowboy, to the casino. Gabriel waited outside while 2 of his men entered to keep watch. Rudy pretended to wander around the casino for a while before going into the bathroom. Meanwhile, Gabriel's men, while chatting with a casino employee, learned that the casino's layout had never changed since it opened. They immediately realized Rudy had tricked them, but by the time Gabriel's men rushed to the bathroom to find Rudy, he had already escaped. Outside the casino, Gabriel spotted Rudy and chased him. Just as Gabriel was about to shoot Rudy, Ashley arrived in time to save him. At this point, Rudy finally believed Ashley hadn't deceived him. However, she was eventually captured by Gabriel again. After all this, Gabriel realized the man in front of him wasn't Nick, but upon learning Rudy was a car thief, Gabriel decided not to kill him, as he might still be useful for the robbery. After beating Rudy again, Gabriel locked him in a small hotel room and forced him to come up with a plan to rob the casino. While locked in the room, Rudy came up with an idea. He devised a seemingly reasonable robbery plan that required both him and Ashley to participate. This way, after Gabriel successfully robbed the casino, Rudy and Ashley could double-cross him, steal the money, and escape together to start a new life. However, Gabriel was also cunning. After hearing Rudy's plan, he agreed to let Rudy and Ashley participate, but didn't give them guns. Finally, after Rudy insisted, Gabriel gave him a toy water gun. Everything was set, and Gabriel decided to strike on Christmas Eve.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
Disguised as Santa Claus, they could catch the casino's security off guard. This plan worked, and Gabriel's gang stormed the casino. Rudy, being just a car thief, had devised an imperfect plan, and the gang soon found themselves in trouble. Just as the robbery was about to fail, Ashley, who had been waiting outside, suddenly joined the fight. She quickly killed 2 casino guards and took control of Rudy. At this point, Rudy realized Ashley had been setting him up all along. After gaining control, Gabriel's gang went to the casino's vault and forced the casino owner to open a private safe. Unexpectedly, the safe contained 2 machine guns. The casino owner took the opportunity to shoot and kill 3 of Gabriel's men. Gabriel and Ashley fled with Rudy. Gabriel then tried to fake Rudy's death by pushing his car off a cliff, making it look like the robbers had accidentally driven off the edge. Facing death, Rudy tried to appeal to Ashley's sympathy by mentioning Nick's love for her. But Ashley retorted,
"Guy takes a shit for you, you go chasing his girlfriend? Don't talk to me about greed."
What?
This shocked Rudy, as he had never told anyone about Nick taking the knife for him. He began to question Ashley, and Gabriel also started to suspect her. Unexpectedly, Ashley then shot and killed Gabriel. Even more surprising, Nick, who was supposed to be dead, appeared before Rudy.
Merry Christmas, Rudy.
It turned out that everything had been orchestrated by Nick. Ashley was his girlfriend before he went to prison.
Millie here used to serve drinks to these gun-running truckers, scheming about a real score one day.
Nick had intentionally corresponded with Ashley to let Rudy learn about her and fall in love with her. Before being released, Nick had also bribed Rudy's enemy to stage the fake death scene, where he took the knife for Rudy. Nick's plan was to use Rudy as a scapegoat so that he could enjoy the profits of the robbery without going to prison. As for Gabriel, he wasn't Ashley's real brother, but just a pawn she had tricked into joining the robbery. Feeling triumphant, Nick shoved Rudy into a car and prepared to push it off a cliff. But Rudy, being a skilled car thief, managed to start the car. He reversed, injuring Nick. Then drove forward, pushing Ashley and her car off the cliff. Rudy escaped the car and then pushed Nick and his car off the cliff as well. In the end, Rudy became the ultimate beneficiary of the robbery, though he didn't take all the money. Instead, he mailed some of it along the way. Reindeer Games is the last feature film directed by veteran American director John Frankenheimer. Though the story is small in scale, its structure is excellent, with twists and turns that make it a thrilling watch. The lead actors Ben Affleck and Charlize Theron were both at the peak of their looks when they starred in this film, so this is also a very visually pleasing commercial movie. Reindeer Games delivers a thrilling storyline packed with twists and turns that keep you guessing right up to the very end. Just when you think you've figured it out, the film surprises you again. While some critics found the plot a bit convoluted and the characters underdeveloped, the movie shines as an entertaining, fast-paced action thriller. The snowy, atmospheric setting adds a unique vibe, and the strong performances from the cast make it a fun ride. It's a shame critics didn't fully appreciate how entertaining it is for moviegoers who enjoy a good, twisty thriller. Over the years, Reindeer Games has gained a loyal following as a guilty pleasure, proof that sometimes audiences know what's fun better than the critics. That's all for today's recap. See you in the next one.